more. All right. So I haven't done. We obviously haven't done too much since the last time I was here, but we'll get this repositioned a little bit. Oh, nope, come on. Don't. There we go. Okay. So I haven't done a whole lot. I did the commissions last time, and that was about it. So now we've got... Oh, the epilogue we can do. Let's go ahead and get that started. Whee! So yeah, I do have a schedule made. I meant to post it completely well, it wasn't that I forgot. It was that I just woke up really late today. Oh.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Why are you needing suggestions for an essay?
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
You know, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person.
Interesting. 1 second. Okay, there we go.
I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
That's that's interesting.
Yes, you came to me. So all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma.
And?
Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that?
No.
Everyone here's just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon.
Yep.
Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything.
It's just the way that's worded. It's like it almost sounds like you're not allowed to research like Germany if you live in the U.S. By saying, I guess people are free to research pretty much anything. Like, come on now. It's not that hard. There's a reason why those books exist. People who come and go and all that stuff.
Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
Sure. Alright.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
And just like the plot demands it, you're looking for me?
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
If you don't believe me, I'll go.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, that makes a bit more sense now.
This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Wording that's a little interesting, but you know what? Fine. Silver hair companion. You mean my emergency food?
Oh, so what? For the love of...
Nah.
Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of lacking.
Ouch.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
Interesting.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Oh, that's a jump. That's definitely a jump.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade.
1 second again.
But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
Interesting.
Apart from the sword maker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an
Kabuki
Inazuma
mono.
word for an eccentric stranger. Someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
Ito?
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace.
Okay, never mind.
Afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
Never mind. Can't be that him at all.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow, did I get lucky!
Oh, jeez.
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out.
Fair.
It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me. And I can now
Okay.
confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even
Okay.
back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough,
Niwa.
it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are two missing people?
Niwa. Yes, Paimon.
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
We may have. Now I see why I had to do Kazuha's story quest before this.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So
Because we have a friend who is it.
distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art.
Okay.
Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
Oh, don't make us bring up the past of his clan. Why do you do this to him?
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Wait, there's more.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies
Ladies
and
and
gents,
gents.
for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Just get to the point. Also, I feel like I know you from somewhere.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
Did it again. I did it again. I gotta stop doing that.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Oh.
A puppet? puppet?
Puppet. I see. Oh, okay, yeah.
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Possibly. Paimon, you better keep your mouth shut unless you really want to become emergency food. Got it?
No. Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Oh, jeez. Man, oh my god, that's a lot of writing. Holy crap. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that I have a limited time today on stream, I would actually read this thing, but for now, I'll put Traxia. Oh, jeez. Okay, yep.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
All this. No, I'm definitely not reading this. This seemed longer than the other one. Why?
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it.
Maybe.
Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series.
We
of
don't
events.
need this to be political.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get.
I mean, no, but you have to know the right person. I think that's what this whole thing's about.
Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
That's also true.
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Yeet.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Then, even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it?
Yes, which is why you need to make sure you keep your mouth shut, Paimon.
If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
Oh, hi.
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... The balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Okay, alright, Paimon. Calm down. Whoops. Not mean to do that. My bad. Xiao's just getting a little of his frustrations out. That's all.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are.
Yes, hello.
Nahida, bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public.
I don't think it's bad news, Paimon.
Did he escape or... Ah, it's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey, what are you doing in the sanctuary of Surastana? Aren't you supposed to be laughed at? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
Okay.
A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case,
I haven't done it already.
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
That escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
I mean, yes. Should be able to. Oh,
Worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
you know, on paper, yes, she's kind of Paimon's correct. But if we believe the theory, Paimon, you've been tricking us this entire time, so I don't know.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
You're talking to a traveler who has not been to this world. And a creature that just appeared basically out of nowhere as far as we know. We're kind of not in that realm of just believing everything into that.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us.
Paimon, just shut up.
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
That's fine.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
Yeah.
The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position.
Okay.
Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wait a second. Former? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Welcoming back a loser.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
That's a crying shame.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
Oh my G.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
That's not how that works. That's not how that looks, Scara.
Yeah, obviously. Then let's
Paimon?
put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
Paimon, you
Alright.
just need to
Then I'll
just
do what
shush
we
it for
agreed.
a few times. You don't have to open your mouth every time he wants to talk. Paimon.
Good. Go now and keep in touch. Nihira, are you serious about this?
I'm sorry, I did that last time. I won't do it again.
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
For me.
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am.
Yeah, that's fair.
He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect.
Ah.
The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me.
That actually is true.
So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly. Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies...
Dropping
ever since we
frames,
were
but
into
it's
him.
not like... I don't know.
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on.
I mean, yeah. But that's also bringing up the problem of sides.
How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before.
Yep.
There's a
Invading my
corner of your
mind.
heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns.
Wow. That's incredibly deep.
As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you.
Okay.
If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Not wrong.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than...
Along with Inazuma and Leeway and Mondstadt.
I'm still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
Did it help? You just wanted him out of the way 2 seconds ago, Paimon.
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection.
That's funny.
In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
Oh.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, It would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Alright.
Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Ah.
Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Interesting.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
We were sent to babysit you.
Your beak, jailbird. No way a prisoner gets to be so smug.
Paimon, you also don't get to talk.
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds
really
like
are.
a successful rendezvous.
Thank you, Nahida. Thank you.
I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else. Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Oh my gosh, you two.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all.
Yes.
Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
Pretty. Man, now again, another thing I wish I had Ether.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced.
If
I
there are
mean,
no further
stop.
objections, I suggest we get going.
Yeah, let's
You
go.
need some time to mentally prepare yourselves.
Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
What?
Is this a small sapling?
Made it sound like we're connected to the Matrix. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
You weren't so worried all the time. We wouldn't have a problem.
Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something.
Oh.
Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Paimon's about the only
Why
one.
is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
I mean, if you want to keep your jaw on the floor, that's your choice, Paimon.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
One second. One moment. All right, sorry about that. Need to blow my nose.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
All right.
Hey, so, say we did go running off in here. What would happen?
I'm on.
What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
He is being a brat. Time for a slow walk.
Sapling things have spread out.
Oh, okay.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Okay.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
Oh my god, Paimon.
Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
This is the Sentinel Emissal information that will flying through it.
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint. The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
Paimon, can you just... He hasn't put up much any resistance, and he's good at walking on the front line. Maybe a similar to a. So it's now this. What a strange individual.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Nah.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
What do you think it is?
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
How?
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Yes.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
That is true.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great!
I mean, it is and it isn't.
So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Yes, he seems to excel at doing odd jobs for
As
others.
I told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand.
Ah.
Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Is it about his past, the betrayals, and the other events in Inozuma?
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
Ah. Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran into... I don't remember how to say those.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
See.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under angry just like
What?
anyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Archon. Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatara Suna incident.
Oh.
Nahida, do you know anything about that? If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Oh, I forgot.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatara Suna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone. So the Gesse got it right?
That.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatara Suna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
Oh my gosh, Scara.
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
Oh my god.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Yeah, but at the same time, somehow our brother is a part of this world, so it doesn't make any sense.
Hey, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
These are like two. These are literally like one conversation. One sentence. Every conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought. Like that could literally be one fucking sentence.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage.
Yeah.
Huh? Wait.
Oh, here we go.
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have...
Shh.
Hang on, Paimon.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk?
Uh-oh.
About Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Oh, here we go.
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow.
Interesting. All right, then.
The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown. All passing on their
I mean,
legacy.
obviously we're gonna find it out, but why was this sabotaged?
Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Now we get to see him.
Yes, well,
Oh, this is
were it
Niwa.
not for
Okay.
you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
Interesting.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir,
What the heck?
what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way.
Eh?
What have we gained from adopting the new technology?
Ominous,
Ominous
bull,
black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate.
Uh-oh.
And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
Hmm.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
What?
I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi
Why?
Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher.
Hmm?
But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
Interesting.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
So you took advantage of someone who couldn't have honor? Oh, his family has no honor?
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
He didn't say go find one, but sure, why not? We can say that.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
You're just now getting that out of that?
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Nah. Ah. Yep, there it goes.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You!
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a
Wow.
long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them.
Oops.
And yet,
Damn it.
despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity and what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Uh-oh.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this?
I mean, he doesn't have to
Why go
tell
all
you.
this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui hunter.
Ah.
Call me the Doctor.
I don't want to call you the Doctor, because there's only one other the Doctor that I'm going to call the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a
Minor inconvenience
for
for
your
your
nation.
nation. I'm sorry, what? What now?
That's it. That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Yes.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise.
Yep.
My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind.
Oh.
It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet.
Oh. And here I was about to make a, oops. And here I was about to make a stupid Star Wars joke out of that. All right then.
Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
Are the Fatui just xenophobic?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty.
No, you don't.
Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa, already dead. What a pity.
Doctor? Yep, there it goes.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Oh, there you go. Just being used by the Fatui.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore.
Oh.
Dottore. Good.
Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why do we see things from his perspective? When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
What?
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Oh. This betrayal was a lie that he has believed for hundreds of years. Was this part of the doctor's experiment? Wouldn't be too surprising.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now. We need to give him some time to process his emotions. Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up? Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon.
Nah.
It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as the mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future.
Yep.
All the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject.
The star show of the act. If you want to put it into a playtime. I don't know if the doctor it does that.
After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants.
What?
The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as the balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing. but it has protected him from the filth. He thought
Interesting.
you had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back. Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
That sounds like the doctor. Great resentment. Now we know that what was behind the decision to take revenge of the gold on the right in Gokudan 100 years ago. But it doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Tottori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Wait, what's the thing? Oh, here we go.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Come on.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat. Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Come on, Paimon.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Okay.
About what?
The
Paimon.
reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
What?
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that?
Let's look.
Kusanali?
All right.
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this
I mean, you're
info
trying.
support my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
What did...
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
What do you want to know?
Give me your hand.
What?
Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
No.
Done.
Huh? What the... What happened?
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Hesitate, but it looks like. Interesting.
So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of
That
here
also-
quickly.
That also just cut that pretty quickly. Didn't even get a chance to read that.
Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You
Nah.
know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Not going to work.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
Mm.
Oh no, he's really gone. Oh, can you hear me? Nahida! Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
I mean,
It
cause
was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out. I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had? Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. Don't
Oops.
be. It's not your fault.
Keep-
Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it.
interesting.
We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
I think it's just something on Twitch's end at this rate, because I don't. It's not constantly.
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something? This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave
Okay.
this one to me.
I mean, I guess.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
I'm pretty sure she'll be fine, Paimon.
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Oh, I see what's going on.
My
Hang on.
voice is gone.
Still trying to get as much of this.
Feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Oh, shit, yeah. There we go. And then reset position. There we go. Should be better. All ideas questions. It was a strange one. It's hard to explain in full, and the truth might be very distressing to Paimon. I'll skip the part about hiding things from
Wants to change
Paimon.
the past? But surely that's
Not easy, that's for sure.
You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life.
Well,
It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Paimon's so confused. Huh? Sorry. Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladier's fault
now you're just
for Paimon all this mental stress.
just hide in the void for a little bit. You'll be fine.
But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him.
I guess there's a part of me that wants to say the same about you sometimes.
There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
It does erase himself from him, so many people need him to be effective. I can't imagine the situation would look like. Considering the fact that that could, like, yeah, Constantine butterfly effect. The Raigan Gokuden, Ayato. Will this mean they'll disappear? It may not mean they disappear. It just means they might change. Like, we don't know. We don't have no idea. Because erasing him from history means we never see him in Inazuma, and we don't see him in... We don't fight him in Sumeru, unless you take it into the fact that maybe this is all Terminator style, where in order for it to start, it had to end. In order for it to end, it had to start, and it's an entire loop. Which I don't think we're going down that route at all.
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next?
No thought, head empty.
Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Yeah.
So, how about
Paimon.
favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here.
You collapsing? That'll be a first.
Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. MonsterCat grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes. Cream stew. Sauteed matsutake. And Dragon chili chicken. Almond tofu. Satisfying salad. Oh, also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and...
You okay, Paimon?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now?
Uh-oh.
Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. The Balladeer?
Uh-oh.
Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name, though.
Yep, here we go. Yeah, you pulled it off. But now what?
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
No, it's nothing.
So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something. is an emergency.
There's no time to explain. All right. Here we go. One second. There we go. All right.
We've made it to Amenoma Smithy.
Yeah.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions.
Yeah.
Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such a shame.
Okay, that explains why I needed to do that.
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokunen, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Okay.
The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
What?
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan.
Okay.
Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphan son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, The whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it.
Oh dear.
Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden.
Uh-oh.
In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
I mean, I guess you can call this lucky. Change. Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. Looks like the Balladeer did something in the Imbecile, but it seems now it still died.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuma recently?
Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
He still exists, and he seems...
My
you.
pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right?
Well, of course.
Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
But we're hiding quite a bit at the same time.
On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
How can I improve my culinary skills?
Here we go. Whoa. Okay, one moment. I'm gonna restart the stream and see if this fixes stuff, because I'm dropped a lot of I'm dropping a lot of frames now. So we're gonna be right back.